Okay, let's have a look at this one. Now, we're going to work our way up to this, but this is the end goal, is to have a minimap that responds to your angle and where you are, and it only shows stuff that's near to you. And it kind of, when they get to the edge, when they enter that area, they kind of fade in, and you can do the same thing for fading out as well. And that's live as well. So if I went like this and moved some around with a action recorder, you can see on the bottom left that it's actually affecting the minimap. So that can be like an enemy or some goal or something, things like that. So, but let's start slow. First, let's make a minimap that doesn't do much interesting but gets the basics working. That will help us understand the basic principles behind the technique. So, yeah, first let's have a chip. Never leave home without a chip, kids. And then, right, so let's put another chip over here. This is going to be our thing that is in the world, and this is going to be our the stuff that makes the minimap work. Kind of. Let's have a look. So we're going to use tags and trigger zones again. Yay! So this is going to represent our x coordinate. This is going to represent our z coordinate, because y is up like that, x is across like that, z is into the screen from when you start. So and then we're going to use those to power the actual its own display on the minimap. So let's add trigger zone that detects one of those. Let's go for x, and we'll place it gingerly. Let's keep that open, and then use the grid. Grab that, press triangle to get it on the grid, put it in that corner. That'll do. And for this one, we want it to be all the length as normal, but we want to have it start from here and fall off going to the right. So then, as the tag is nearer this end, it will be 1, and as it's nearer that end, it will be 0. So actually, we want to put that round the other way for this example. So I'm just going to rotate that round. Sorry if that made anyone throw up. Put that like that. There you go. Now you have this overhang bit at the side, because if you make it like actually, if I do that and have that actually 0, then it messes up everything. So just make sure you've got a little sliver of the full core, kind of these values on the side. So now let's have a readout of what that says. Let's grab one of those and put that onto that. Right, so now for play time, as we near the right edge, it's more closer to 1, and as we near the left edge, it's closer to 0. Okay, so now we'll do the same for the z-axis. Looking for z, we use up and down on here to go through the tags, and we want that to be 0 down this end and 1 up that end. So let's have, let's put the grid on again. Let's rotate it around like that. So let's move that down a bit. Plug it in there. There we go. So now with time running, x works, And if I look at it from the other side, Z works, gets to 0 down this end and 1 up that end. So now we can make the minimap. So let's make kind of a box for the minimap to live in. We'll just press done on that. That'll be fine. We'll do the alignment, so left, actually do it left down so we can put it right in the corner easily. Turn off rounding and auto fit. Now we can put it down in that corner, and that is roughly a square, so we'll make this roughly a square, and we'll make this background light like that, and for aesthetic reasons I'll make that a white border. And I'll put that like that. Okay, so in this minimap we're going to have this display itself within this area. So to do that, we'll have a display in here, and I'll just put a big old X and turn off the border and the background and all that, and make this, maybe just make it red. Okay, and now we'll position that, we'll make it thinner like that, we'll position it in the bottom left corner, because that's where it's going to be with 0 and 0 is in this corner there. Now we're going to mess with where that position is using keyframes. So let's make a keyframe. First I'll show you the problem that can be caused. So just move it all the way up like that, and then we'll make another one that puts it in that corner. And you think maybe you just power the X one to the degree it is in there, power the X keyframe. We'll just use value sliders because I find that a lot clearer for this. So a couple of value sliders, and I'll power that and power that. So if we play time, if we go all the way to the side, that's fine. And then if we do the same for up and down, that's fine. If we do them both at the same time, it kind of interpolates between them, because that's at 1 and it's, yeah. But it seems like if they're both at half, then it actually does as you expect. It's half of what the position was. So what I do is I double, let's remove that and remove that. So then I'll click on that. So yeah, I just make this double the width that it needs to be, like that, and I plug in this while I'm testing, so that I can see if it's actually accurate, and do the same for this. That'll do. So now half and half is top right, 0 and 0 is bottom left, and that all works dandy. So so that just means that we need to divide everything by 2. Like that. So let's plug that in there. That in there. Wire that into there. That into there. And now play time. Oh. And forward to back. Oh, it's working. When it gets outside the area, it kind of messes up. But that's easily catered for. So let's make another tag, which says, let's call it show, and we'll have that wired into the power, and then we'll have just a copy of one of the trigger zones, and that will look for the show tag, and we'll adjust it so that it doesn't have any fall off, and it's just the full size of it like that. So now if it goes outside of there, then it just won't show it at all. Oh, that's because it's got an overhang over there, but then it works over there. And then on the x-axis like that. Oh. And then you fix that stuff at the back like that. So then if you try forwards and backwards, that's absolutely fine. So now you've got like a static 2D minimap thing where stuff within this area is shown on the minimap. I'd like to thank Hyperdream Surfer, RevPlayer, Axe Cantaloupe, and all my other supporters for making this tutorial possible. If you'd like me to keep making these tutorials and helping creators across the internet, you can find out how to support me in the link in the description. Thanks for your consideration, and I'll see you in the next one.